Welcome to my channel. My name is Shannon Montgomery. I am the owner and only attorney at Montgomery Law, and I practice mostly intellectual property with some business stuff thrown in here and there. So disclaimer before we even get started, I am a lawyer. I am not your lawyer. I don't know you. I don't know what's going on in your life. You haven't retained me to be your lawyer. I'm licensed in the state of Florida and California, but I live in Texas. I am not licensed to practice here yet. So everything I say in this video and any other video you see on my page is really just for general legal knowledge. It is not meant to be taken as legal advice. If you do take it as legal advice, that's your own fault and you cannot blame me. So moving on. I asked for some questions on my Instagram recently. I will tag both of my Instagrams down below. I'm pretty active on one personally, and then I have a more professional one, but really the personal one I like to use the most. So you can find me there. And I asked people basically just some general legal business questions that they might have, and I got a bunch of really good ones. And I actually got one that I get pretty frequently in my inbox from random strangers who find me on the internet. So the question was, if somebody in the UK, sub any other country, is using my business name, how do I protect my biz? The short answer is that you're going to do the same things to protect it that you would from somebody here in the United States using it. The caveat to this is that if somebody in the UK is using your business name, or really anywhere else in the world, but they haven't quite made it into the United States, as far as they're not targeting people here, they're not selling things here in the United States, they don't have a physical presence here, then they're really not a huge concern as far as trademark rights go, because the United States is a first to use jurisdiction. So if you've been here, you've been using the mark, I would say, or you've been using the business name for longer than this UK company has, then you're gonna be fine as far as if they come into the marketplace. It's gonna be on them to make sure that they don't infringe your trademark rights. But the best way to protect your trademark rights, of course, is going to be filing for a federal trademark registration. And there are a lot of rules around that. I have other videos. I don't know if I have like a full process video, but filing for trademark registration that is at the federal level, so not state level. You can file for state trademark registrations. They're not that useful, really. The most useful is going to be filing through the USPTO. And that gives you nationwide protection for your trademark. So if this UK company decides to start making, showing up, having a presence here in the United States, selling to people, maybe they put an office here, then you would have the right to make them stop doing that because A, you've been using it longer, and B, you have your federal registration. Another good way to protect your business name is to assert your rights in that name by policing your mark and making sure other people in the United States aren't using it. So if this UK company has zero presence, it is likely that they might be selling things online, and if they're in the same, I guess I should have said this in the beginning, if they're doing the exact same thing as you, then it matters. If they're not doing the exact same thing as you, but something that could be confused with you, then it matters a little bit more. If they're in a completely different industry and they're in a different country and they have no presence in the United States, then obviously they don't matter. So if you're kind of confused as to whether or not what they offer is at all similar to what you offer, find an attorney, because it's really hard to give general advice on this particular subject. I would need to look at the facts. Anyways, so back to what I was saying. So another really great way to protect your business name in your trademark is to assert your rights in it by using the TM next to your logo, next to your business name, on your marketing stuff, on your website, so that when somebody else comes across you and your business, they recognize that you care about your trademarks, and that would hopefully put a little light bulb in their head to say, you know what, if I do something, if I use this business name, this person's probably gonna come after me. Once you get your registration, then you can use the R in the circle. So that's the difference between those two little guys. So I would say, one, make sure you get your registration in, and two, let the world know that you care about your trademarks by using the TM and then the R in the circle. If this UK company has started working in the United States and they're now causing confusion with your mark, you should probably find an attorney, but you can send a cease and desist and explain that they're causing confusion, explain that you have the United States rights in that mark because you were here, you applied for the mark, and they're a foreign country, or they're a foreign entity. So there are options if there's a foreign business kind of infringing on your trademark, but the infringement needs to be happening here in the United States. Unfortunately, if they're infringing on your rights in the UK, you don't really have any rights in the UK. I hope that makes sense. Your rights are here in the United States, not there, unless you get a trademark registered there as well, which you can do. There are options for that as well. But if your business isn't international, there is probably not a ton of reason to do that because it gets very expensive. But I hope that answered this question. I've done this video in kind of a couple different parts, so I'm not entirely sure if it did or not, but we'll just say this. So protecting your trademark, protecting your business name from basic infringement, even if that is a foreign infringer, the best things to do are going to be A, get your federal registration here in the US done. We won't get into the registration process on this video. Maybe I'll do another video on that. And then 2, monitor, send out cease and desist when somebody is actually infringing on your mark. Again, hire an attorney for that part to kind of let you know whether or not it's valid and whether or not that's a good idea. And then 3, use the TM next to your logo, your business name, your slogans, all of those until you get it registered, and then use the R in a circle so that you can, what we call, assert your rights in these things. And those are gonna be your best options for protecting your business name from people here in the United States, and then also from foreign businesses who come into the marketplace and wanna try and use your name. Thank you for watching. I hope that was helpful, and I hope that answered your question, or everybody's question who has questions on that. If you have more questions on kind of international intellectual property and sort of how to handle things, drop them below, and I would love to help you out if I can, or at least do a little research if I need to kind of get you the information that you need. So click the like button because that helps with this channel. Subscribe so that you don't miss any future videos, and then come back soon. You could turn the notifications on. I don't turn notifications on for anything, so I doubt that you want to, but you could so that you don't miss any new videos. I'm gonna have quite a few coming out here in the next few weeks that will be small topics like this. This one's a little bit longer than I was anticipating, so hopefully the next one's not. But thanks for stopping by. Have a good week, day, month, I don't know. But yeah, we'll see each other soon.